Okay, we're gonna start this off with, the reason why I've been gone for 2 months and haven't uploaded anything. I have very bad mental health. Like, really bad. So, that out the way. Last summer, I got into true crime, and there's a reason I'm mentioning this. So, I get into true crime, and around, I don't know, October, I start to like drastically lose interest in it. And around this time, I'm talking to a dude, and me and him started dating in very, very late, I'd say November? Yeah. Like November 28th, 27th, something like that. Me and him start dating. And he's super nice, blah 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 blah. And he's a little bit like not the best boyfriend in the world. After a certain point, he's trying to push substances on me, and he's just kind of going against all my boundaries, which is not what you want in a relationship. In January, I break up with him because, that's what anybody would do. And he did not take that well. He did not take that very well. So I break up with him. That particular day, I come into class on this particular day, and he likes to come into my my advisory class with me, and he likes to sit with me. But this particular day, I was showing him some stuff, and he's like, "Wow, that's real." Like, it was a lolcow. I was showing him my interest in a very specific lolcow, because to me, the psychology behind those people is it's astonishing. I don't understand why certain people do the things that they do. That's basically the whole premise of me being not liking, but being interested in the topic of them. And he's like, "Wow, you're really weird. You're really fucking weird." And I take that a little bit harshly because I've already had like a shit morning. And that's kind of the tipping edge, because I've already given this man a good couple of chances. And it's an early relationship. If he's gonna act like this in an early relationship, I don't know. It's not gonna work. So I text him when I get home, "I love you, blah 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 blah." He apologizes and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, he apologized, but I'm still mad about it. Me, my dad, and my younger sibling, we go to Walmart. And in the Walmart, he texts me and he's like, "Is everything okay?" Because I haven't texted him since the "I love you" thing, which was a good couple of hours later. And I'm like, just peachy, because I'm mad at him. And I ask him, I'm like, "Hey, maybe we should take a break." That's all I say. I ask him if we can take a break. Not, let's break up. I ask for a break from him. We've been dating for a month and not even a half, like barely over a month, like a month and a week. A month and a week. That's it. And he gets all in his feels, which is fine. And then he starts saying some shit that sounds, I don't know, maybe I was being paranoid, but I'm definitely not paranoid now after what he did. But it sounds like when a narcissist is they're using tools to try to win you back or to get something. And I only know these tactics because my mother is a hardcore narcissist, and I've grown up with this type of person. And I'm like, "Hey, maybe we should break up," because I'm starting to realize all the bad patterns. Like, he's like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine, I'm sorry. He apologizes a whole bunch. And then I stop texting him. And then, slowly, over the course of a couple of days, it turns from him talking about how it's like it's his fault, he's sorry, he's desperate, to, yeah, all those things about you that you said about yourself, yeah, I'm starting to think that they were true. After that, I'm like, okay, dude. I was gonna give you the chance of being my friend again. And so I block him on everything. After he texts me on everything. Block him on messages, he texts me on Instagram. Block him there. On my other Instagram account, he texts me there. And I block him there. Then Discord. And then fucking Xbox chat. So this happens like the week that we get back from school. And you know, I'm kind of chill. The next week, he leaves. I had given him a few things. He had given me a couple of things. He didn't want things back, but he wanted to give me certain things. He's like, hey, I have Valentine gifts for you. Here you go. And I was like, no, I don't want that. You can throw them away. It's fine. I understand. You can also throw away the Christmas gifts that I gave you if you really want to. I come into my art class one day, which is my 4th block. He has it 3rd with one of my other friends. And everybody at this point knows that we've broken up, and I'm telling everybody kind of how bad of a boyfriend he was and how bad of a person he is. He's the type of kid to throw desks. That's basically who he is. I come into class one day, and in my art portfolio, it's lumpy, and there's a bag with a little note that's like, "Happy early Valentine's Day." Yeah, I've burnt that since then, and I tell him, well, I tell my friend to tell him to leave me alone, and everything is pretty good for the rest of the week. And by rest of the week, I mean until Wednesday. Wednesday, we have this, the schedule, our class schedule has been switched around a bit because we had an event that afternoon, meaning that my classes were earlier or later, depending on, they were shortened for the thing. But I go into my 3rd block. I sit down, I'm talking with my friend, and then all of a sudden, the vice principal, I think that's who she is, she walks into my classroom, and she's like, hey, I need you to come with me. And I'm confused. So I start scrambling to put my phone in my bag, and to power it off, and to put my earbuds, because you can get in trouble for having your phone on you because of the new phone rule. Which, I don't know. But I think that's stupid. I personally think it's stupid that we can't have our phones on us, considering America is not safe enough for that. Speaking of which. So, I get pulled out of class, and I walk out the classroom, and I notice there's an officer out there. And I'm confused, and I think I'm getting drug searched. I don't vape, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. I have a bad history with those things, and I'd prefer to, I don't care if I'm considered a pussy because I don't, yeah. I don't do that stuff, and I'm thinking it's that. So I'm not worried at all. And I'm laughing in the hallway with the police officer. He's nice, he's sweet. One of the only cops I kind of enjoy being around. And I hate police. But we're in the hallway, we're walking, and I'm like, am I about to get searched? And I say it with a smile, and I'm laughing about it. And the officer's like, what, you want to get searched? And I'm like, no, it's just so weird, because I haven't gotten searched since my freshman year when I was in a different state, and all they found on me was a needle and thread. And I tell him that. And I notice the way that the vice principal's holding my bag. She's holding it, like, arm extended towards the ground. Not hitting the ground, not dragging it, but, like, keeping it far away from her. And I'm just thinking, is this what they do for, like, searching for vapes? Again, I'm thinking nothing of it, because I'm like, hey, I'm in the clear. There's nothing wrong. Someone falsely reported me. Okay, whatever. Someone's a little bit petty. Okay, whatever. Get into the office, they start searching my stuff. Like, they ask me, they're like, hey, can we search your belongings? Is that okay? Can we search you? And I'm like, yeah. I have nothing on me. You're gonna find nothing in my backpack. They start going through my things, they flip through my sketchbook, and then I start realizing this may be a little bit more than just a drug search. After they get done with everything and they scan me, I have to take off my jacket, which is my dad's jacket. I'm wearing that day. I take it off, and I feel like if you pay enough attention to any of my videos, you might notice the scars that I have on my arms. Or will just arm. They notice that, and they're like, hey, are any of those new? And I'm like, no, they're old. They're from, like, a year or two ago. They're like, okay, we have to bring you to the counselor's office. So I'm brought to the counselor's office. They do, like, that mental health thing. The lady that I'm assigned is just a bitch. Genuinely, she does not care to be there. She's not even trying to be nice. She's just being a bitch. She's asking everything so, like, in a rude manner. She's not trying to be nice. Like, she has something against me. Which, I mean, I guess that's pretty normal. I'm in Alabama. I had green hair, and I have green hair now, except it's brighter now. I dress openly flamboyant and gay. I don't dress like the normal school, like, student. I don't. But, yeah, she does that. Then I get sent back to the room. And I'm quite literally interrogated. Because apparently, someone reported me for having a weapon. Someone said to my school staff that I was going to bring a gun to school. Yeah. Obviously, that's not true. I would never do anything like that. I've never had thoughts of doing that. We already have enough. Mind you, by the way, I was in a true crime class last semester, and I went in about and I talked about school, you know. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but, I got into arguments with people because people were trying to say, like, oh, all of them this year have been trans students, and then I pulled out statistics, and I was very much, I guess, into that topic last semester. Not last semester, but first semester senior year. So I'm talking to them, and I'm interrogated. From, I'd say, like, about maybe 11:30, 12, to until my dad shows up, which is about, like, 4. By the way, that was an illegal interrogation. They did that illegally. Yeah. Super fun. So, when my dad gets there, he's looking at me with the most mad and disappointed. And I'm laughing because I know that this is all not true. I know it's not true. I'm not taking this seriously because I know for a fact that it is not true. I'm still nervous because, you know, when you're interrogated, they're hounding questions on you. And it's not like, it's just a natural response to be, like, I don't know, scared, paranoid, I don't know. I'm already a paranoid person. Anything makes me paranoid. Little things make me paranoid. I used to not be able to go into the school lunch line because I, for some reason, was paranoid. My dad gets there, they're talking to them, and they get on call with my mom because she can't make it, and I don't want her there. And she's fucking crying and screaming. And she's mad at me. After a good minute, like an hour or two, an hour and a half, they end the conversation, and they say, hey, we need you to get this paper signed by a psychiatrist or a psychologist or just a shrink. Just see someone. We need someone to sign this to see that your child is not homicidal and not planning on harming anybody. Right? Cool. We're fine with that. And then I get in the car, and I didn't even realize what they were trying to do in that moment. And my dad is like, so what time did you say that? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, when did you say that? Oh, I forgot to mention, I had said that it's pretty easy to sneak things in via the instrument cases, the band instrument cases, because they don't check them, right? And I meant that, like, vapes. I didn't mean weapons. So, and I tell him, I'm like, yeah, no, I said that, like, last semester when I was in band class, because I learned that in band class, their security system sucks. They should probably up that up. And then my dad, he thinks for a second, and he's like, wait a minute. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, they're trying to tell us that you said all of this today. Super crazy, honestly, crazy. Absolutely insane. So we get home, my dad gives me clothes, because we have to go to the hospital, so that way I can get something signed by someone. And I'm not admitted into like the mental hospital or whatever, but I do get like put in like one of the waiting room-esque areas. There's a bed and a couch, right? And there's a bunch, like, it's a ward of some kind, but it's not the ward. I don't know what to call it. I have 3 nurses. Yeah. We're there from like 6 to 1 a.m. Also, the entire time I was not all there. I was running off of adrenaline because all of this was freaking me out. So I ate like 4 or 5 packs of those grandma cookies, and I drank maybe 10 boxes of apple juice. It was super fun. My nurse was, she had green hair just like me and a mushroom shirt. She was cool. But we get that paper sign. We get the paper sign. Then I get sent home. I get to go home. And we bring it the next day, and they're like, okay, we'll process this. And I can't come back for like 2 weeks, which is fine. Whatever. That's, I guess, fair. I don't care. Free school. No out of school. I'm out of school. But during that time, the police show up at my door right while I'm downloading Ark Survival, by the way. Right while I'm in the middle of a dinosaur game. But, and they're like, hey, we need to go through your phone. And I'm like, alright, sure, whatever. And I immediately hand it over to them. And I'm like, yeah, just get it over with. I want this to be done with. Right? They have my phone from mid-January to April. Early April. Yeah. And they had it that entire time because they lost it. They had it, they went through it in less than a month. And then they just had it because they lost it. Yeah, but I have to take tests. My teachers aren't giving me my work, so I'm freaking out. And I'm having to do everything online. So yeah, it's kind of expelled, not really. I kind of lied in the thumbnail a little bit. Not thumbnail, the title. A little bit of clickbait. But either way, this whole situation is crazy, so it's not really clickbaity if the story's even crazier. But I'm at home. My teachers aren't giving me my work, so I'm freaking out. My mental health is astronomically, like, I can't explain it. It's just so bad. I'm depressed. I'm suicidal. I'm trying so hard to stay alive. But they give me my phone back, and at some point, there's prom, right? And I had planned on going to my sister's prom, which was at a different school because she's my stepsister. She's not really a stepsister anymore. She's not really a stepsister anymore, but we still consider each other siblings because our parents dated, but we're also like really good friends We tell each other everything. And I'm going to her prom, so I dress up and everything. And I have to get a paper signed by them because for some reason that school is just like really, really paranoid about that kind of stuff. Whatever. Go to my school. They refused to sign it. And they refused to sign it because they didn't want to explain to another school the illegal activities that they allowed. The interrogation, yeah, they didn't want to tell anybody about that because it's illegal. Because legally, they cannot do that. Legally, what they did, it was fucking illegal. Which is so crazy. Yeah. So... they refuse. I'm fuming. And a week later I get my phone. But during that time, either before, like a little bit before or a little bit after, I can't remember. I invite one of my like school friends over. And I'm asking her about the drama and stuff, and then she mentions to me, she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way," because at this point she hates my ex too, like despises, like seething, despises this little fucker. But yeah, so she tells me, she's like, "Hey, by the way, he was bragging about the fact that he got you expelled." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, he was in class boasting about it." Mind you, I'm one of those people that almost anybody gets along with. If you're decent off the bat, most of the time I'm going to be decent. I get along with most, if not all, types of people if they're chill. I may not agree with you on a lot of things, but I'm pretty chill, okay? I'm fun. Everybody likes me. Not in like a condescending or like egotistical way. Like, people like me. I'm fun. So I'm enjoyable. I'm entertaining. I'm very entertaining. Teachers love me. Students love me. People that would not typically like me like me. I'm also good at drawing, so that kind of helps. It kind of helps me get friend credits. But he's just bragging about it in class, and it's so crazy to me. It's just so crazy to me that all of this happened, because I have not gotten in trouble at this school at all in my 3 years of going, because they wanted to. I didn't go the first semester, and I didn't go the very last semester of high school. But it's just so crazy to me that all of this happened. And I have no words. Yeah, but that's basically the synopsis of it. I graduated I graduated in April, late April. Yeah, but I passed my classes with the A's and B's, I think. Yeah. So I'm out of that shit show, and now I'm horribly paranoid for my future because lately I've been dealing with, I haven't gotten diagnosed because I can't really go get this kind of diagnosed. I have, like, these aura migraine things, but it's, like, worse than an aura migraine. Basically, nowadays, it's turning into both my sides. But usually, at least one side will go completely numb, and I'll start drooling, and it's like having a stroke, but, like, no vomiting. I think that's what a stroke does. I don't know. I go brain dead for a while, and I have to live with that. And it's just been getting worse over the last couple of months. So, I'm paranoid. Yeah. So that's basically about it. That's gonna be it. That's basically why I was gone was I was going to upload in January because I finally got the motivation to do this again. But then the police took my phone, and everything kind of just went downhill from there. Yeah, so I will definitely be uploading more, considering the fact that my stuff is actually kind of getting a wee bit of traction. Who knows? Maybe I can do something with this. It'd be really helpful. That's gonna be it. I'm signing off now.